LQ News, your daily dose of Chinese entertainment and celebrity buzz. The episode 15 preview doesn't chase fireworks, it chooses clarity, and it turns out to be the most romantic move of all. After circling each other through missed signals and careful restraint, Lin Zhihua steps forward with intention. He doesn't bargain, bluff, or stage a public spectacle. He asks for a real place in Xuejiao's life, not a vague maybe. In a drama that often frames ambition as a steep climb, this confession is a ledge where two people finally stand side by side and look out at the same horizon. What makes the moment land is the language of responsibility. He isn't just confessing, he's requesting definition, a proper, shared name for what they are. In CDrama vocab, that official label isn't ownership, it's accountability. It says, I'll show up in the open, not to linger in implied promises. When he follows with a plain, sincere "be my girlfriend," the line reads less like a teenage dare and more like a mature contract. I see your dreams, I accept your pace, and I'm still choosing you. Xuejiao's answer, simple and unwavering, is a triumph of emotional honesty. She is not the type to be swept along by rhetoric. Her yes feels earned, not by grand gestures, but by a track record. We watched Lin Zhihua learn to love without crowding her future, to move from pursuit to partnership. That growth has been seeded for episodes, the quiet consultations, the stepped-back promises, the refusal to be her obstacle. The preview lets us read the fruit with a single word, and you can feel the ground steady under both of them. Then comes the cheeky grace note, asking permission to kiss after the label is set. It's playful, yes, but it's also about consent and timing. Desire waits its turn. The show has always treated intimacy as choreography, glances, pauses, the distance between two people, and here it completes the sequence with a respectful beat. If you're keeping a list of healthy romance moments, go ahead and add this to the top. Performance-wise, Jingke brings a light, grounded warmth to Lin Zhihua's confession. There's no chest-thumping bravado, just a steadiness that says he has thought this through. The eyes do a lot of the heavy lifting, so does the control in his voice, this light intake of breath before the pivotal "esque." Zhenni meets him with a reaction calibrated to Xuejiao's character, not fireworks, but a softening of guard, an almost imperceptible exhale that tells you she's letting him into her carefully defended schedule and future. If episode 14 was the seminar on respect, episode 15 is the practicum. Direction and staging, even in the brief cuts we see, embrace understatement. The palette leans gentle, the framing keeps distractions out, and the soundscape leaves space for words to settle. You get the sense that the camera trusts the actors, and that trust pays off. No elaborate blocking necessary, the emotional geometry is clear enough, two people moving from parallel lines to an intersection. And since this show loves its supporting MVPs, yes, the strategist deserves his flowers. The fandom joke writes itself, Lin should probably light an incense stick for the man who nudged him out of limbo. But the praise is more than comic relief. Side characters in Summit of Our Youth don't exist merely to cheer or meddle, they provide the frameworks our leads need to grow. Advice doesn't erase agency, it sharpens it. Lin's confession is still his choice, but it's a choice made better by counsel. What might episode 15 bring after the yes? Expect ripples, not waves. A defined relationship invites new logistics. How do they balance dates with deadlines? What does public look like for two people who prize privacy and work? Watch for small adjustments, calendar quirks, shared routines, the first compromise that actually feels like a win. There will be outside noise, of course, friends who tease, colleagues who speculate, perhaps an old narrative trying to reassert itself. But the preview suggests a couple ready to meet those tests with grown-up tools, frank conversation, gentle humor, and a refusal to turn love into a zero-sum game against ambition. That, ultimately, is why this confession matters. The show isn't selling a fantasy where love solves everything, it's proposing a model where love clarifies everything. Give the relationship a name so it can withstand pressure. Ask for a kiss the way you ask for a meeting, with respect, with time, with intention. It's romance as mutual strategy, heart as co-founder, future as joint venture. And in a genre crowded with grand declarations that evaporate by morning, the preview offers a rare, steady promise, not louder, but truer. File this one under clarity, chosen. And yes, someone please send the strategist a fruit basket. Thanks for watching El Cupa's News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for your daily fix of Chinese entertainment. See you in the next video.